In this video I'm going to show you how to use pivot table. Pivot table is the most useful thing in Excel, which basically help us to find out the real insight based on data, which basically the summarize, which basically we call it is summarize table. So whenever we can see lots of data in Excel file, but we can easily want to find out the insight, then we can use pivot table, which basically reduce the time, if increase of efficiency. So here I'm using this data set. So here I can see the product category, amount, then date, country wise. So here different variables or different columns here. Then I can use easily what about the amount like country wise, what about the amount like category wise, what about amount like different years or month wise. So I can easily identify the insight. So whenever we can see lots of data, it's not easily to find out like based on the data I can not see any insight, but whenever we are using pivot table, it will help us to find out the insight. Okay, so what type of insight we can find out right now. So pivot table also help us to make a pivot dashboard, like dashboard which basically help us to make the different types of decision. So I think it will be helpful for you and everyone. So let me do. So for doing the pivot table, here is the data set I use. Then I have to select the data set, like if I press the control plus A, then we can select the all the data set, then inside pivot table. So it's like table, like I already make it a table, that's why the name showing the table. So if your data set is not like a table, like it's a normal, then you cannot see any table. Like I'm using the data set like, okay, so it's the normal data. Just so if I do want to conduct based on this type of data, it's not like a table. So we are using table, which basically help us whenever we add new data. It's a table format data. Okay, see, if I add new data, it will automatically add. Okay, but as it's not table data, it will not automatically add. So that's the difference. So if I conduct pivot table based on this type of data, which is not organized in a table, so then we can see this type of range. So as I'm using this table, it's already called table 1. So okay, I just make it table, pivot table, or table 1. Then it's showing like new worksheet or existing worksheet. New worksheet means I can see inside based on yeah, in another sheet. Or existing worksheet means I can show my output or inside here any cells. So I just want to use a new worksheet. Okay, then there is the new worksheet here. So here I can see the column heading like order ID, product, category, amount, date. Okay, then date was like days wise or monthly wise. So here I can easily find out the whatever the total amount, like based on different category, like category. Here four things are above, like that: filter, columns, rows, values. So whenever we are using the category is a qualitative variable or column. So it's I can use rules. Okay, then I just select the amount should be put in our values. So it's automatically showing that the sum amount, like summation or total amount, whatever the total amount based on different category. Fruits and vegetables is my category right now. so whatever the amount, so it's basically normally by default showing the sum amount, but we can use it sum, count basically find out the frequency, and average, whatever the average value, whatever the maximum minimum, whatever the standard deviation normally we are using. So this is the summary table. We don't need to always use the sum function, we can use multiple options here. So whatever the percentage here right now, so if I want to the show data level as a percentage wise, like whatever the percentage of totals amount, like show data as like we can see. So here no calculation normally showing, but we can use the grand total based on percentage, based on grand total, column total, or grand total, or row total. So here I can use the grand total, which basically based on the this value it will show whatever the percentage of fruits and whatever the percentage of vegetables are sold or amount, so it will show. Okay, then percentage of amount, we can not like the percentage like sum of amount, you can say percentage of amount. Okay. Hmm. Okay, then 67.31% is basically denoting the fruits and vegetables is the rest of the part, so we can see easily. So this is the example. Then we can see pivot table analyze and design function. Here we can use this table in different types of table format right now here. Okay, so it will be helpful for designing. Okay, then whatever the row levels basically table I mean a category of the product, then we can easily identify. If we make it tabular form, it will show what is the row level. Here row level is category, so it will easily organized. Then if I make another pivot table here I can I want to show whatever the amount based on different countries. Okay, whatever the I know it to percentage right now. Here I can see here total 7 countries here, so I can see easily whatever the amount based on different country. Okay, whatever the parts, if I want to percentage, then I can put it down, then show data level as grand total. Okay, so here is the percentage, I can just rename it percentage. Okay, here is the another sheet, I can change it design. Okay, I just want to do another sheet here. So here's the different types of insight we can find out easily, not like that we have to use the sum function. Here another thing is like filter is usually like filtering the data based on, like um, if I want to date in filter, then I can use it not like day wise. uh, I just use date. Here is the filter. If I filter it here, normally click on, I just use the month here. Okay, so here different months are actually showing here. So if I use, like if I click on January, then it will show the whatever the amount January based on January and percentage. Okay, if I don't need the percentage, then I just keep it and whatever the. Okay, if I choose multiple January and February, then it will show. Okay, it's basically summarize the data set based on the whole data. Okay, the other thing is that, okay, so the other thing is that we can it's a one dimensional table, pivot table, but if I want to use two-dimensional table, it's like that we are using country is a rows option, but categories in column option, then it's a kind of two-dimensional table. Okay, it's a two-dimensional table like column and rows, indicating the another thing like country, rows indicating the our country, and column indicating our product category or fruits and vegetables. Okay, it's a two-dimensional table. So then whenever we need whatever we want to do, we can see here. Okay, so then based on the our pivot table, we can easily use different types of graphs which basically help us to visualize that visualize the data. Okay, so based on the data, if I want to show it as a chart, then we can use it like pivot table analyze, then pivot table chart. Okay, then we can see whatever the graph, like here is column chart. So if we know that what type of chart were basically useful for our data set, then we can use it. So here different types of chart where we are basically used for visualize, but not every data is suitable for every graph. So here we have to know what type of graph actually suitable for what type of data. Okay, so let me say something about the graph, because whenever we choose the graph, it's not so whenever sometimes it's not suitable for the data. Okay, so let me tell something about it. So here I can see the comparison, like, okay, comparison whenever we want to comparative data, like compare the data in another sheet, like country wise whatever the amount, or um, country wise or vegetables category wise whatever the comparison, like we want to compare something, like then we can use column chart or bar chart something. Whenever the data is like percentage related, then we can use pie chart. Okay, here different types of chart available. Column chart we will basically use for compare the data sheet. Column chart and bar chart. Line chart is basically for our time related data. If I want to show the data is like month wise, then we can usually use the line chart. Okay, so then pie chart is basically pie chart, donut chart, or something like that, is basically useful for our percentage related data. Then statistical histogram, scatter plot is basically relationship basement data, like advertising, product profit. It's a kind of relationship data. So whenever we want to use relationship data, scatter plot. Histogram is basically helpful to what about the normality of the data, is the data is normal or not normal, it we can show, we can see the data is normality. And the box and whisker plot basically help us to find out the outliers of the data, whatever the extreme value or whatever the outliers which basically influence our main data. Okay, something is like if I want to consider a outlier, like whatever the daily income of any deliverer, so then the deliver, then what would be that, then daily maybe uh, 700 or 800 taka or BDT. So then what would be the, or something, um, if you consider the outliers, then if someone like says that say that like he or she earned 500 sorry 5000 k, sorry 5000, then it will be outliers, which basically influence the average value. Okay. The other thing is that waterfall we can use, and combo is basically combination of two or three type of chart here. Then maps we can use. Okay, so if I want to change it like bar chart like this, okay, I can use, then I can use the, then I can see the another format like that. Okay, here I can change the bar fill if I want to change. Okay, just click and change the fill outline. Then if I want to delete the grid line, just click on the grid line and delete. If I don't want it, I think I need it. And if I want to show the graph title, then I can use design and add chart element. Then we can use exist title, mm, chart title. Chart title basically showing the chart title. Here I can see chart title. What would be the country wise sales? Okay, here country wise sales. I just use it. I can change the color. Okay, here different style also I can use. Here I can see. Okay, different types of chart style I can use. Country wise sales. Then grid lines I have to delete. Here what is the I can add the element exist title like country name, country name. Then what would be the x primary amount. Okay, so if I want to use the data labels at based on our different bar, so I can use the add data labels which basically show the data as well as, so it's basically helpful for visualizing the data also. Okay, so here lots of things, color gradient, layout change. Okay, we can change the layout also. Different types of layout use, we can design it, color it. If we change the select data, then we can use it also. Okay, mm, format, here field color change, text color change, or whatever we want to do. Okay, that's the thing. There's the chart. Okay, there's the insight. So if I use conditional formatting here also, so we know that conditional formatting is useful for highlighting the data based on different criteria value or whatever it is. So I want to use the color scale here. So color scale is like something that, so here I select one, then right button, then all cells showing sum of the amount for countries. Okay, here the output showing the, which basically is more efficient and more insightful right now, and is looking like uh, nice here. So I think it will be helpful. Okay, so that's the thing. Then based on the data set, you can use more and more insight. You want to more and more you want to find out the more and more insight based on the data, no problem. But the thing is the goes to same way. Okay, so the other thing is like if I want to show the data is like month wise, then what would be it? Month wise, I just change it. Month wise I want to show as I have a date column, so then I can use it month wise. Okay, so here is the sales of month wise, sales amount month wise. Then it will be useful for, I just use conditional formatting here, color gradings, right button, then all cells showing some amount. Then I can use it a line chart for this. So here by default selecting column chart, but I am not using column chart for this. I just change the line chart for this, and I will change the color gradient here, color format like this or whatever that is. Okay, I don't need the grid line, then I delete. Then will add the title name, month was sales. Okay, then I will exit title, I will design and add data labels, exit title, amount, sorry, amount. Okay, then add data labels. Okay, okay, here is the month name. Here I also use something like that. Okay, here is the line chart for our day wise or time related data. Here another thing also I can use, slicer. Slicer is useful for filtering like that. Slicer I can use like category. If I use category as a slicer, then it will show. If I click on that, okay, if I click on any particular category, then it will show, it will change uh, interactively, like dynamically change the output also. Okay, so if I want to link up the slicer in based on another table or pivot table also, this table this graph also influenced by this. So if I want to show, then I will right button, click right button and report connection also showing what type of pivot table is actually connecting this slicer. So then I will connect with another pivot table also, then it will show whenever I change it, it will influence another uh, tables or graphs also. So then you can change, you can see the changes. Okay, okay, you can see the changes. So so we can use slicer type of another also, no problem, but not like that we have to use also always category. You can use uh, another column as a slicer also. Okay, thank you. So it's basically help you to find out the insight based on the data and make decision. So based on the different types of graph we can use as a dashboard. Okay, so in another video I will show you how to make a real dashboard based on the pivot table data. Okay, so in this video I just want to end it right now. Thank you.